welcome to Lawyer of the Week. Lawyer of the Week is creating a global community of lawyers, solicitors, and their support to inform and to encourage each other. My name is Pamela Deneuve, and please join us for our interview this week. Hi, my name is Pamela Deneuve, and I'd like to welcome you to the Lawyer of the Week. This week, I'm so pleased to introduce our Lawyer of the Week, which is Diana Constantinidi, and she's in London. She is a registered European lawyer. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about her. She's also a Cyprus qualified advocate, and she's a member of the Cyprus Bar Association. She is the managing director and founder of Strattonfield Chamber, and also the founder of Rolessa. Diana has studied law in the UK. She has an LLB, an LLM, and an LPC, and she's also a qualified international arbitrator. A little quote that Diana says about herself is, "My presence is the gift of unaccountable rejections and failures. This is who made me today." I love that. Thank you, Diana. Welcome.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
I also want to just mention that Diana is fluent in Greek, Swedish, English, conversational French, and basic, I don't know how to pronounce that.
It's Gujarati. It's one of the dialects in India.
Wonderful. Yes, so she's very multilingual, and we're just so pleased to have you with us today.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to ask you the Lawyer of the Week questions. And the first question is, what made you decide to become a lawyer?
The reason that made me to become lawyer is to serve the norm of justice. It wasn't really crystallized from a very young age, but as I was studying at school, I kind of realized and figured out myself that the importance of serving the norm of justice, and it is better to live it when you are a lawyer.
Wow. So your passion started at a young age to help others.
Indeed, yeah. So you have this feeling, but you don't know exactly what does that mean. So it's a lengthy process of really reading, not legal stuff. It could be about anything. And through that process, you're growing and you're understanding as to what you want to do. And through that process, I understood that I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wonderful. That's very good. So could you tell us a little bit about your biggest wins and perhaps some of your biggest challenges?
The biggest win since when you manage to actually settle the truth, when you manage to restore the truth in a case, and I feel that's to be one of my biggest wins. I think one of the biggest failures is when sometimes it's hard to communicate with the clients when your views with their views of the client, it may be different. So sometimes you have to overcome that obstacle. But apart from that, it's all part of the process of being a lawyer, and we need to indulge ourselves into it and encounter these difficulties when the time comes. But bottom line is that it is a beautiful profession, and when you do consciously and when you do it in a way that you feel comfortable, then it is absolutely beautiful.
That's really good, Diana, because it makes me think of that you are engaged with your clients. You want
Indeed.
to somehow come to a medium where you both can be on the same team.
Indeed, yes, exactly.
That's wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
What is the legacy you'd like to leave for your practice?
I think my professional legacy is not far off from my personal legacy. So I would say that is one legacy, and that is to deliver better tomorrow for our children and grandchildren. Because I specialize mainly in the area of international law, human rights. So I went through my practice to deliver probably near to nothing, but it may be something for the future, that it may be a better tomorrow. So that's what I'm trying to do, either through restoring the truth through human rights courses where there's major human rights violations in countries, or in climate change, or any dispute in any country, conflict areas, etc.
I imagine in the area of human rights that you see some heartbreaking circumstances and situations and violations.
Yes, indeed, very heartbreaking. Yes, and
Mhm.
you need to stay focused and to overcome those moments, because it is important to understand that we are here to help others and not to think about ourselves, and that's the way I look at it.
Oh, that's really, really great. That's really, really great. I think if more people would think about it that way, and instead of going on their own, uh, it's about helping others. And when it's
Indeed,
about helping others, you have to rise above your own personal
exactly.
emotions and so forth. And I
Yes,
imagine being a lawyer working in human rights, that's a big order sometimes.
it is indeed. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, tell me, because I think one of the things that you founded was Rolessa, so that kind of comes into the next question. What kind of opportunities has your law practice opened up for you?
I would say that my practice allowed me to expand an international community. That means to engage with lawyers or clients from different backgrounds, from diverse backgrounds. And that is sometimes challenging because you need to come out from your comfort zone and understand where they're coming from. With regards to Rolesa, it is really an expansion of really coming out of my comfort zone and really delivering back to the community. So I am half Cypriot, and Cyprus is a divided country. In 1974, it was invaded by Turkey. And
Mhm.
because of this current situation, I'm trying to unify the legal training. That means creating an accessible legal training for both legal communities.
Oh, that's really interesting. And so,
Yes.
how is that? Have you felt like you've made some headway and successes in that area?
It's still an ongoing process. It's a lengthy process, because mainly you need to overcome the current status quo of in the people's mind. That means assisting both legal communities, and that means that you engage in those communities together. And I found that to be challenging, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
impossible. And I can say that because now speaking, I got people actually being engaged in this project together.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's so fantastic to hear that. Well, tell me, this is on a personal note. What do you do with all the things that you're doing to relieve your stress?
Um, there is one thing I do for myself, and I always try to find time, is to do yoga in the morning.
Mm,
Uh, Even if it's 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but it needs to be daily, it really helps me to stay focused and concentrated and really have my feet on the ground. And that's how it enables me to start the day.
mhm. If there's one thing you'd want the international community, the global community to know about you, what is maybe one thing you'd like the world to know about you?
I am here to protect the human rights, and I would do the best into my capacity to do so. So, if anyone is interested and is in the same line with me, then I will be very happy to speak to them.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Diana, and I really appreciate you being the Lawyer of the Week.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for joining Lawyer of the Week. We hope to see you again next week.